Welcome, welcome. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. It's Eileen and Harrison today hanging out. And today we're talking about how to get ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs with this one thing. Because look, there's a lot of people playing the entrepreneurial game out there, right? A lot of people looking to get started in business. Uh,
Mm.
they want to step out. Maybe they've been working for somebody for a long time. They're ready to jump into this game, or they've been building the business for a little while now, and we work with a lot of entrepreneurs, right? I mean, like we
Yes.
we, we talked to a lot. We got hundreds and hundreds of people that we worked with, and look, we see people making the same kind of mistakes, especially when they're starting out. And so we want to talk to you about how to get ahead of like 99% of them, like get right in the game and go for it. So that's what we're
All
talking
right.
about today. Isn't that right, babe?
Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Guys, have you ever met my husband, Harrison? He's awesome. Smartest
Yeah.
person I know.
Mhm.
So let's dive in real quick here. So I want to give you just enormous value in the next 60 seconds. Listen, out there, most entrepreneurs are teaching gurus and programs and courses that you have to start with a low ticket product, right,
Mm.
Harrison? So they state you got to start out low. And then eventually, one day, when you're super smarty pants and you have a huge audience and you feel qualified and you have a billion testimonials, then you can go high ticket.
Right, and it's just kinda natural, right? Like, that's I think that people naturally maybe think that way. They're like, "Oh, like,
Mhm.
I need to get some success under my belt. I need to, like, prove myself, do more things, and then I can work my way up to it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my encouragement to you, if you're just starting off in business or you already have a business, we've sold millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in high ticket offers from stage, virtual, webinar, Zoom, you name it. And we've seen beginner entrepreneurs be able to package their expertise and sell high ticket right out of the gate. Now, Harrison, let's talk about like when I first discovered this. We just discovered this not that long ago. I would say about
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago. Do you want to talk about where we were when we
Yeah, we
found?
we we've done it both ways, right? Like, so we know
Yeah.
we know kinda
Yes.
what we're talking about here, that, like, you can do the low ticket thing, and there is a way to build a business that way, and there are a lot of people doing this, right?
Mhm.
And so when we started out, or I should say when you started out, right?
Yeah.
I was over still, I think when you started out, I was still kind of in the ministry stuff, still, working in
Mhm.
the church, and you were beginning to, experiment with building some other ways to help people,
Mhm.
right? Which first of all, can we talk about that for a second? As moving away from serving people for free in ministry,
Mm.
which is awesome, right? And we had an amazing time in ministry together, right? We were 20 years as pastors together in the DC area. We love that season of our life and what it did for us and the people we got to serve. Uh,
Mm.
but can we talk about that for a second? What have you seen, babe, just moving from like doing everything for free and
Mhm.
serving people for free to uh, forcing yourself to have like a product that people are willing to pay you for in
Yeah.
order to help them?
Yeah, and so for those of you who didn't know, we were 20 years in ministry, and then I started with a low ticket product, and
Mhm.
this is where I learned that low equals slow. Okay, so one of the takeaways here is low equals slow. However, it was a huge shift, and so maybe there is some of you watching that. How many of you serve and do a lot of stuff for people, but you do it for free? You got a lot of big heart, a lot of love, a lot of service, a lot of desire for impact. And if that's you, that is also us. So if that's
Mhm.
you, Harrison and I have that same vision and calling.
Mm.
However, what we found in the scripture was that God also loves entrepreneurship. God also loves selling things. In fact, the Bible says that he who has corn and sells it not, it says a curse will be upon him.
Mm.
A blessing is on the head who has corn and sells it. Crazy,
Mm.
right? So you think about, well, what was the corn that you and I were sitting on? And when we reflected on our expertise, so if you're watching this video, here is the exercise we would love for you to do is what in your expertise do you have, possess, own that you could pay forward to somebody else and package it up? Now, for
Mm.
us, when I heard about this, Harrison, I went to a conference and I heard about them, making an offer, and I'll dive deep into that in just a second. But I was like, I don't know if I have anything. I've been doing all this for free until I was out in the hallway and I met somebody who was a life coach. And I was like, what's that? And they were like, we help people with their life. And I was like, I think that that's what I've been doing for 109 years, but just
So good.
not getting paid.
Mhm.
And that was like, a light bulb went off. I was like, "That's a thing? Like, you can get paid for that?"
Mm.
And so the awareness of in some ways, many of you watching this, you're sitting on top of a huge business, but you may not be aware of it. You wanna speak to that, Harrison?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then I think that's a great place to just stop for a second and encourage those of you who are watching right now that look, every single one of you has something special, some gift that
Mm,
either has come very naturally to you or something that you have developed through like the hard yards, like that you know, that has been built inside of you.
mm,
Right. It's either it was gifted inside of you or it's been built inside of you. And you can serve people with that. Like, look, there are
mhm,
people out there who are in need of the exact skill sets that you have, of the exact wisdom that you have. There are things that you know how to do. Oftentimes we talk about like just thinking back to where you were 5 years ago to where
mhm.
you are now,
Right.
people that you could help on that journey. You've got a gold mine sitting inside of you of opportunity for other people.
Mhm.
And look, I don't care if you're 19 years old or if you're 79 years old, pushing 90. You have like
Let's go.
experiences. You have skills. You have things that you can serve other people with, and if you can learn how to package them up the right way and share those with
Mm,
others, you can actually do it in a way that's going to create the most impact for
yes.
other people. And that's one of the things we discovered about entrepreneurship and moving out of
Mhm.
this. Actually, we're able to have more impact than we were in ministry
Yeah.
because of the some because of the positioning, because of the way people are postured when they come in the programs, when they actually invest and spend money on themselves, the
Mhm.
journey that it takes them on. It's just a whole nother level of
Mm.
fun and impact. And so we'd love to invite
Yeah.
you guys on this journey with us that we've been taking for what, 5 years now.
Yeah, so when you get started, it can be a little overwhelming, like, well, h like, how do I package up my expertise, and what do I put inside, and how do I say the offer so in a way that it makes people wanna buy it? You know what I'm talking about? Like, give me a yes if you actually want people to buy your stuff, like, when you say what it is that you have to offer, right? I love calling it having an irresistible offer, but when we found it, Harrison, we found that, like, you don't actually have to wait 9 years and have 365 million hours doing what you're doing. You can actually start out a gate with high ticket and start at the top of your business offering something very expensive. And you may be asking yourself the question, well, like, how do I do that?
Mhm.
How will people afford that? Does that even make sense? And if you're asking those questions, I got you. This week, we're going to be diving into exactly what to put inside of the offer so that it makes sense. When people hear it, they're like, "Oh, that makes sense because I get this and this and this, and I'm gonna have this and this and this." And it makes people like it gives them a logical reason, like, "This is why I'm going to invest right now." And I don't listen, if you're in the health space or the relationship space or the wealth space, people love to buy expensive things.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know, Harrison, you could talk about how much I love to buy expensive things, but
Well, look, we don't have time to get into all of the expensive things that Eileen loves to buy right now, but uh,
I
but
heard a statistic. Oh, go ahead. What were you
okay,
gonna
well,
say?
I was good, but I was gonna ask you, like, I mean, can you describe a little bit though
Mhm.
of what it's like to spend time going low ticket first? Because look,
Yeah,
this is a
100%.
strategy a lot of people do. A lot of people are into this. They're writing books.
Yes,
They're putting like
yes,
low ticket books out
summits.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're watching this video and you've got a low ticket product, maybe you've got an ebook, a PDF, a mini course, maybe you have a virtual summit and you've been running the low ticket game. I wanna give you a big hug right
mm,
now. I wish I could, like, just hold you for a minute and say, "I'm sorry," because it is a grind out there, low ticket, and you have to be a ninja at sales, copy. If you're running traffic, you can barely make that work because of the profit margins, but most of all, it's just upsetting from a teaching standpoint, seeing the lack of engagement, people doing the homework, the lack of people engaging with the material because they have invested so little.
ooh, yes.
And the principle that you and I experienced when we were going low ticket was, people who pay attention, and people who don't pay
Mm,
do not pay attention.
yes. Yeah. So there's two things that you've mentioned right there that I think are important to just make sure that we understand. In the low ticket game, look, and there are businesses out there making low ticket work, but look, they've got to be amazing. Like
Yeah, amazing, 100%.
there's no room for mistakes. Especially, I mean, look, if you're selling this to your mom and your best friend, and you can sell
Get
to a
it.
few people low ticket, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna love you for it. They're like, oh, and maybe those people wouldn't have bought your high ticket thing like your mom. I don't know, but there's only so far you can go with it. Eventually you have to start figuring out how to get like new people in front of
Mhm.
your offers, and that is where you start spending money on marketing, you start spending money on advertisements. And look, to make that game work, you've got to be so tight. Like your copy's got to be dialed in, it's got to be perfect. You got to be making conversions like the best conversions possible in
Mhm.
your industry, right? Like and in order to do that, it takes a lot of skill, right? So that's the one piece of it, is like setting it all up, getting it up where you're actually able to make money,
Mhm.
right? Very difficult to
It's a
do.
grind, it's
But then
slow.
on the other side, Eileen mentioned that it's also not serving your clients the best, because your clients get in at low ticket and they're not invested in your programs. If you got,
Mhm.
look, if you're have you ever felt like, oh my gosh, why aren't people showing up to these calls? Like they bought my program. Why aren't they going through the course? Why aren't they taking action? Why aren't they doing it? If you're asking those questions, it's because they're not invested. They haven't actually made the commitment
Mhm.
to go on the journey with you all the way. And it may be because the barrier to entry was just too low. They were just like, yeah, I'll try this out. $7, $47, $97, no big deal. But when life comes in and all the other distractions and competition and thing comes in, they're just not committed to go through the process, and you're not serving them.
But when you go high ticket, listen to me closely now. The Bible says, "Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." When you invite someone into your high ticket experience, when you invite them into your high ticket coaching, consulting, service-based offer, you are 100% now inviting their number one asset, which is their heart, their
Mm,
attention,
mm,
their time, their focus. It doesn't even matter, like, many, many things don't matter because now they are 100% all in. How many of you have ever bought something high ticket, maybe a mastermind, maybe a coaching program, maybe a VIP day, whatever it was, you were engaged, you showed up on time, had your homework, had your pen, ready to listen, ready to take notes, 100% coachable simply because you invested. So the
mm,
magic of this game is if you want to go faster, if you wanna go quicker, and if you want to experience more fulfillment in helping your clients get their result faster, the game, the play is high ticket.
mm,
This is how to get ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs, 100% here in 2024, especially with rising ad costs and all of the other myriad of things that you and I are spending money on as an entrepreneur. So, before we dive deeper into a little bit more of the mechanics of what to put inside of your offer, we do want to invite you to a program that we have that'll walk with you step by step because it can get a little overwhelming. If you're watching this video, you may be like, it's no secret, right? Like high ticket is the game, but then you're like, "Okay, well, how does all that work?" You know? What do I charge? What do I put in it? What do I call it? What do I say? How do I present it? So all of that stuff, we're gonna be diving deep inside our SuperNova offer challenge coming up right now. It's like 3 seconds away. So I would highly encourage you. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people jumping in. If you haven't registered yet, consider this as the greatest investment in your business acumen here in 2024. Right now, Harrison and I charge a VIP day, which is not for sale in this video, but it's $250,000 just to put together someone's high ticket offer. Now,
mm,
so if you may be like, I think my high ticket offer is expensive. Like, we got you. We understand like what what it is to sell six-figure packages and higher. But in this challenge, for some crazy, ridiculous, no-brainer price, I don't even know what it is, we are gonna walk with you inside a VIP room, helping you put together your offer. So, I want you to consider how game-changing would your business be if you had a high converting 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K, insert whatever K you want to. The way to get ahead in 2024 is to come out of the gate with a high ticket offer so that you can gain a cash infusion and start growing your business faster. If that sounds more fun, someone type fun. Like, it's way more fun, Harrison, than the grind of low ticket. You want to talk about like just what it's like to work with high ticket clients? I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look, for as much as like low ticket is difficult, like high ticket clients, well, for the same reasons. Like you've got the business side of it. Like what makes sense for business?
Mm.
Can you imagine for a second with me selling just one
Yeah.
$30,000 offer? Okay. And what would that do for your business right now? If you've
Mm.
been in the low ticket world or if you're just starting out, like how much money is that going to bring back into your business that you're able to now reinvest in creating an amazing experience for your client
Mhm.
and getting them the best results possible, but also reinvesting back into your marketing and bringing
Mm.
more people into your sales funnels and getting them
So good.
into, like into your offers. This is who's the guy, babe, who talks about like he who's able to spend the most money?
Dan
Um,
Kennedy,
yeah,
yeah.
Dan Kennedy, right? Whoever can spend the most money acquiring a customer, that's the guy that wins, right? So if your customer is paying you on average $97, well, you can't spend very much to acquire a customer, right?
Mm.
But if your client's spending thirty
Mhm.
thousand, 15,000, $25,000, well, now all of a sudden you've got all sorts of money that you're able to reinvest in finding new clients and acquiring
Mm.
new customers. So that's why we talk about this is how to get ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs with this one play. Like high ticket offers is a way to do it. That's how you get ahead because now you
Mhm.
invest more
Yeah.
money back into your company, right? And
Yes.
these guys, high ticket people are so much fun to work with,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
I don't know why it is, but you'd think that like the people who paid you $47, the people who paid you $15, that they are going to be like so grateful that they're
Mhm.
going to like be like, wow, I can't believe I got access to you for this little money. I'm going to put in all this effort and I'm going to go for it. But the truth is that like, man, high ticket people are even more fun to work with. Then they're more invested. They're
Mhm.
taking accountability. They're taking personal responsibility
Mm.
for moving through the program and getting their results. Whereas where there's, I don't know, like the people who
100%.
use the high ticket world, you reach those clients, I'm telling you, they can be more difficult to work with. Their
So in the
expectations,
low ticket low
yeah,
ticket.
low ticket. Yeah,
Yeah.
low ticket. Yeah. You'd think it'd be opposite. That like high ticket people would have all these
Oh,
expectations.
yeah, no, people I mean, the amount of complaints that we would get from people buying something under $10 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But when you're working with high ticket clients, when you do, those of you watching this video, and if you're a client of ours watching this video, we send you so much love, and we
Mhm.
genuinely feel like we have the best clients on the internet. So I know that
Wonderful.
you will also feel like this as you enroll high ticket clients. Now, some questions are coming in that are really, really good. So here, I wanna talk about, because people may see our business and they see low ticket products. So
Mm,
here is, someone say sequence. Sequence
mm,
is the fastest way to scale, putting the business together in the right sequence. If you think about most things in life, if you just like rearranged it and did it in the right sequence, like it would work. Now in business, it's not any different. Watch this. So
yeah.
when we first started, we came and I found out about high ticket. I delivered a high ticket coaching program, life coaching program first. Someone say first. And when I
First.
delivered it first, that brought in an enormous cash infusion and my clients getting insane results. Now, as the business got bigger, I had money, like thank God for money for so you could hire team. Think about just having money. Think about just having money, okay? And the team that you can start hiring, right? So the next move in the business is then to go down what marketers call the value ladder. So the game isn't no high ticket. The game isn't no low ticket. The
Mhm.
game is low ticket in the right sequence, because you can grow, or fancy pants words, scale much faster if you start with high ticket. And what's awesome is I heard that this is how Elon built Tesla. Like he just produced not a lot, but very expensive Tesla cars in the beginning. And he said that he used that money to then build the next car that was a little less expensive, but that's how you can get the most money in the door faster. Hope that's making sense. So it's not no low ticket, and you may see me out there, and you're going to see a lot more of us out there with more low ticket products, but it's just about the sequence. And if you're under $1 million, 100% do not start with low ticket. If you're under $1 million, go high ticket first and then build the business down. And that's how you scale to $10 million or higher. So I know that you've maybe never heard all of that before, and it's no shocker the reason why, because people want to sell you on these strategies, but it will take you 3 to 5 years. Come on, somebody, if you know what I'm talking about, it will take you 3 to 5 years and a lot of hustle and grind figuring it out if you start low ticket. So how to get ahead of 99% of entrepreneurs is come out the gate starting with high ticket.
Mm. Well, there it is.
This is the lullaby we want to tell you today. These are our final resting words. Ladies and gentlemen, Harrison, I'm going to toss it back to you for a second, but if you haven't registered already, I want to invite, if not implore you, this is going to be the best investment you've spent in your business in 2024 is joining us inside the SuperNova Offer Challenge. Why? Because we're going to help you create your first or next high ticket offer. You are one offer away from your next 6-figure month, your next 7-figure month. Is only one offer. Ask me how I know.
Mm.
Because this isn't our first rodeo. Every single day we're launching people with high ticket offers that's coming out of the gate, making 30, 75, sometimes $100,000 if they're just getting started. And if you already have a business, maybe $1 million business or a multi-million-dollar business, you may be leaving money on the table, not having a certification offer or not having a $100,000 VIP day offer. It's not a mystery. I'm going to go back to you, Harrison, but the game, the one play is a high ticket offer, more high ticket offers. Harrison?
It's so true. Like, I mean, some people might be thinking to themselves right now, like, oh, next week I was planning to do this, or I've got this going on, or maybe you're so busy out there. I know what you're
Making all
trying
that
to
money?
do. You're getting on social media. You're hustling. You're trying to go live every day.
Mhm.
You're going through all the steps, and you're like, I don't know if I've got the time to set aside to go to a 5-day challenge. Well, let me just reframe that just a little bit for you, because what if at the end of next week you had designed a high ticket offer that you could add to your business, right? Or you could start your business with. Wouldn't that change the game for you? Like, wouldn't that isn't that the most important thing that you could be doing next week, is designing something, with Eileen, with our team, putting it together in a way that that like this is something that can convert and sell out in the marketplace. So this is a great way to spend your time next week. Jump in, and then let's talk just a second before we let everybody go, like about what this is going to look like next week. Because I don't, maybe you've never participated in a 5-day challenge. If you haven't done one of our challenges, you could just swipe away everything about challenges, because the 5-day SuperNova Offer Challenge is it's just the most incredible thing that you've ever experienced. Because I mean, the people that are going to be in this room, they're the most encouraging, amazing people. Every challenge, they're in there. They're in the Facebook group. They're supporting each other. Just rooting each other on, learning from each other. The experience itself, just because of the community, is amazing. But this isn't like, Eileen, this isn't like you go to some of these things and they're just like the whole thing is like one big sales pitch, one big presentation. Right. Like this is like you're gonna deliver some value. Right? Like,
yeah. How have you guys ever been to a webinar, event, live event, virtual event, and you just feel like you're getting sold the whole time? So we, of course, have things to sell, and you can buy them if you want to, but that's not what this is. This is 100%. You're going to walk away by the end of it with a done, finished SuperNova offer that's going to sell. One of my friends, Brandy, I think she's going to talk with us tomorrow. She came into the challenge, and I, I don't even remember how much she made, but by the end of the week, it was something like she'd made like $30,000 or $60,000 just by the end of being in the challenge. So if you want to go faster and not slower, and if you would like the access to us inside the VIP room, we'd highly encourage you to click the link, join us inside the challenge. I don't know when we're going to actually be doing this challenge again, the SuperNova
Right.
offer challenge. So I would highly encourage you, yeah, jump on it. Now, I want to say one more thing, Harrison, for those of you here. Like, so often we talk about offers, we talk about business, we talk about faster, and people think that like we're, I don't know, they think like we're some kind of magical unicorns or something like that. And I just want to say, like, we are just normal people that have 3 children, and we found this strategy of going high ticket offers and inside the challenge, and we found out how to the easiest and best way to sell high ticket offers. That was super fun. So we in our like, we're just like you. We are just we're normal people. Harrison was driving Uber 5 years ago. We just stumbled across this crazy sauce system, and this is actually why we're live here right now, because we want to actually help people who were where we were 5 years ago in the low ticket, low equals slow game.
Right.
So if you're just starting off and like a beginner and you're like, I don't know if this is for me, like, I got you. Inside the challenge, I'm going to walk with you exactly the exact steps that I did right when I was beginning, so that it will work for you. Okay, so if you're a beginner, like, I don't know, like high ticket, that sounds like, I guarantee you by the end, you're gonna be like so excited about your new offer. Okay. If you've already got a business and you just want to go faster, you want to learn how to scale your high ticket offer, we've got you too as well. I feel like I don't want to brag, but in some ways we're some of the best in the game to get you the fastest out of the gate with your offer. So
Yeah.
that's it, team. That's all we got for you today.
Look, one of the things we just love to do, and this is what next week is going to be all about. We don't do anything in our business or in our family if it's not fun, right?
100%.
That's just kind of that's who we are. Like,
Slap your neighbor and say, yeah, guys.
look, all of our kids, we homeschool all of our kids. We're all hanging out at home all the time. We're just having fun here and building a business together. And so, if you want to join the fun party wagon and hang out with us next week, that's what it feels like on our challenges. We just kind of open up to everybody and bring everybody in on the fun. So,
100%.
hope you'll join us next week. We're gonna have a lot of fun together at the SuperNova Offer Challenge. Make sure you register. Don't wait till it's too late. Jump in.
Let's go. Let's go. We'll see you guys there.